Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Hyrule Warriors here at TheHiddenTriforce. In this episode we're going to explore one of the game's more highly anticipated and hyped levels, the Water Temple. And they're calling it Lake Hylia because technically we start off above the Water Temple and we're working our way to the lake, but the main focus of this level will be Ocarina of Time's Water Temple, and that's a lot of fun, and we'll be going into some of that here shortly. Now the opening cutscene dialogue discuss how there is Princess Zelda is apparently causing a lot of problems here at the lake. She is attacking things, leading people off their moral high ground, and we're just kind of like, well, why is Princess Zelda doing that? So our goal is to track down Zelda, who has been missing since the end of the first episode, and put a stop to whatever she is doing. Why is she doing these bad things? We don't know. So we're going to first work our way through these caverns, kind of exiting out and getting to the actual temple. And this is really cool, in my opinion, because, well, we haven't been able to get back into the Water Temple since Ocarina of Time. And one of the things that I've always found curious about the Zelda series is, well, the temples, they kind of go away. Like, you go into them, and even the next game that might take place right after on the timeline, well, those temples and dungeons are now just gone, with the exception of A Link Between Worlds, which shares a couple of the dungeons with A Link to the Past. But even then, they have been modified greatly, so it's kind of an interesting development there in itself. So this is going to be one of the few times within the series, and again, I'm going to note that this is not canon, so it doesn't really even count, but this is one of the few times in the series where we are returning to dungeons and previous locations that we have exited and explored in another game, and to me that's pretty cool. It's interesting to go back and see how different things are since we last went in there. So right now what we need to do is find a way to open the floodgates. In Ocarina of Time, we were able to get into the Water Temple because, well, we had iron boots and a claw shot, and we were able to just like sink down to the bottom, but we don't have those items with us. So what we're going to do is just drain the lake, essentially. Not all the way, just a lot. So what we're going to do is we need to clear out some of these keeps and escort Princess Ruto, the Zora princess who is madly in love with Link, escort her to the keep so she can lower the floodgates for us. Now this is a fairly short episode in the scheme of things. Most of these episodes have been about 24 to 30 plus minutes in length, and this one is less than 20 because this level is just kind of short. What I like about this stage is that it's a great one for introducing new players to this game. This is the stage that I introduced Zach, who was featured in a video, the last video, and I also introduced my brother to the game with this stage. The reason I do that is because it's fairly short, but it's also several levels in where there's more than just your basic mechanics going on, and it's easy enough for new gamers to kind of pick things up and get situated and oriented with the control schemes and everything. So there's a lot of stalled children. We're just going to kind of plow through some of these guys. The Gorons are now calmed down. They're no longer pissed at us. They're not trying to kill the Zoras, and they're on our side now, actually helping to escort Ruto to the lakeside keep. So what we need to do now is just capture this keep. And once we do that, she will be able to get to everything that she needs to lower the floodgates. So let's go ahead and kill a bunch of these stalled children. I kind of wish they would have went with more water-themed enemies here, perhaps. I definitely would have liked to see, just in general, more of the common enemies from the Zelda series in this game. Would have been cool to see some P-hats at some places, maybe. Maybe as like a larger keep boss or something like that. But we get a lot of bokoblins and a lot of stalled children. That seems to be the most common things that we face as common enemies. But oh well. Okay, so we got this lowered, and that is going to just across this gate, and this water, it drains really quickly, as you just saw. So it opens up the way towards the water temple, which is the main focus of this stage, and we're going to be entering there and having ourselves a little blast. So, alright, what we're doing in the water temple is, get it, poor? Haha, water puns. These guys are so clever. We are going to be looking for an item that will help us figure out what is going on with Princess Zelda, and we have to expose and eliminate the real threat. Obviously, it's not Princess Zelda causing these problems. She's not the one lowering our troops' morale, and we're going to look for the Lens of Truth, an item that we have not seen in the game, in the Zelda series, for quite some time. Really, I might be completely mistaken since the N64 titles and all of that. So it would be kind of cool to see it come back. It was one of my favorite items, and one of my favorite quests with this item was in Majora's Mask, when you were using it to see the platforms by Snowhead Temple, just to kind of get across and cross some little chasms. So let's go ahead and come on, guys. Just gonna kill some of these guys, collect some items, and then we're going to go ahead and enter. I'm just trying to rack up some points here, grind a little bit, get Sheik up. She's level 18 right now. Maybe I can get her up one more. And she's already finding the Lens of Truth, so she knew exactly where that was. She knows her temple. Well, unfortunately for Princess Ruto, it was a trap, and Zelda has trapped her in there. So we had to find a way to get her out of that central room. So she is under attack with no one to help protect her or fight off the monsters that are in there. So we need to hurry, act quickly, and rescue her. Oh, explosion. And nope, did not kill it. And wow, gonna hit me like that? Come on. It's twice now that I've been like to the side enough where I thought I wasn't get hit. So let's see if this one hits me too. Nope. Okay, so there's a lot of skeletons here. Stalfos, Stall Children, ton of them. And Hyrulean forces keep having their morale taken down, and they're taking hostages, apparently. Whoever this fake Princess Zelda is, taking hostages. I'm not quite sure what that means, because we never really see a hostage situation develop in the game. Oh, this guy's being cheap. So we need to let's get this thing destroyed. We need to find a way to lower a couple more floodgates and get our way in there. So before we do that, I'm going to just take out some of these larger foes that are guarding the kind of entrance/exit to the temple, as we'll be coming through this area on several occasions. Here we go. Let's just wipe them out. This is getting old. I've got a lot of them targeted there. That should get me a lot of kills. 74, that's not too bad. And now this guy is dead too. Big pose apparently fight with anybody. They fight with the Gorons, they fight with the Stalfos. I think they just line with wherever there's chaos they can be found. That seems to be the common trend. I've actually taken a decent amount of damage because I'm not using my shield very much, not defending myself, and just kind of blitzing and going all in. So let's see, she's blocked. I need to open the floodgates and rescue Ruto. So let's go and find where these floodgates may be. There's 2 floodgates total, and they are hidden in these. You can see on the map there's 4 keeps, one in each corner of this kind of rectangular pattern floor plan, and there's floodgate controls in 2 of these 4, and we don't know which ones yet. We just have to kind of get our way over there. And now we've got summoners also appearing to make our efforts even harder. Apparently, did I miss this guy? No, I still got him. Lizzlefold just some reason wasn't glowing like he was being targeted. I want to get rid of him because he will chase me down, and he's just annoying. I hate these guys really, really strongly. Let's just kill him, slash at him a bunch, and with a swipe of my heart, finish him off. Alright. So got about 7 or so more minutes left in this episode, and let's go ahead and capture some of these outposts, get some of our forces in to maybe lend a hand. It would be nice. if some of these go-arounds would actually help out. But we need to get rid of these summoners, otherwise these guys are always going to be spawning. Now Princess Ruto again is trapped in the middle of the room, and she's taking a lot of damage. There we go, we've leveled up. So here we go. Here's the first of the control floodgate switches. And it's, again, if you play Ocarina of Time's Water Temple, one of the most frustrating aspects of that temple was the fact that you had to raise and lower the water levels with one of 3 different switches. Now the problem with that is that lots of times you would forget which switch raised it to which degree, and it made things rather irritating for the user. That was of course kind of rectified a tad in Ocarina of Time 3D, but up until then the Water Temple is notorious for just being a pain in the butt for Zelda fans. Though in all honesty, at this point, once you play it once, especially if you play the 3D version, then it's no longer really hard. And it kind of has an unfair reputation to it because it's really just not that challenging. So, alright, we got 1 down. She's still being attacked, and there's 1 more floodgate. Let's go ahead and take out this summoner. I don't need him walking around just spawning a ton of these demons to attack me. Let's just beat him up a little bit. After he's dead, just kick his body around. That's the Zelda way. I feel like I'm playing Halo, where I'm just continuously messing with the corpse after they're dead. Alright, so this, if you feel like it, you can exit the temple and go capture that Skulltula. I will pass. Or not necessarily exit it, but go way up north in it. But I'm going to pass on that. The Impa is taking a good deal of damage herself. We'll need to get to her here shortly. We need to help out a bunch of people. We got Impa and Princess Ruto all taking damage. And here is the second floodgate switch. So let's go ahead and use this really quickly. Knock out as many of these guys. Hopefully deplete this. There, that took out most of that keeps meter. So we're gonna capture this pretty quickly. Darunia is getting overpowered. Everybody is apparently incapable of fighting, and this is already fully charged for me again. So I'll just use it one more time and capture. Well, there we go. Let's capture this keep. So the water levels are both down. They're where we need them, and we can now go and rescue Princess Ruto. Let's grab this heart and just go ahead and head that way. These guys are all under attack. Darunia, Impa, nobody knows how to fight. Finally, I can get out of here. So first, before she can get out of here, we have to kill the gatekeeper, who's just kind of magically spawned there, and he's just really a keep boss under the guise of a gatekeeper. So she still has about half her health, a little bit less. So she never really was under much threat, but we do need to just clear out some of these guys. She's now safe. She's got the Lens of Truth, and we can now, with the Lens of Truth, oh yeah, just leave. Just leave. You weren't any help to begin with. I could have walked in here and gotten trapped myself. Impa is still trying to commit suicide. She's supposed to be a strong Sheik warrior, but she can't kill a bunch of common stall children, so that's kind of irritating. Let's just blow this up. And treasure chest filled with rupees. Okay, so now we get to go defeat Zelda. She's kind of flashing on the map a little bit, so let's go and find what she's up to. And using the Lens of Truth, we find it. We also find this portal that Sia kind of opened up and is manipulating time and space with. So let's just see. I think I've got about everything that I need. I don't really need any health or much jazz. I'm trying to find where Impa might be. Don't want her to get killed while I'm trying to fight Zelda. So let's just run over there. Alright, that levels up her health. Now she's all good. Got that captured. Cool. Now everybody, oh, Darunia is somewhere, but maybe he'll just be fine. That's a lot of monsters. Ooh, let's just go ahead, clear out some of these guys, power up my meter a little bit, and we need to go confront Zelda now. Now that everyone is like finally safe, or at least mostly safe. Got my magic meter and my energy meter all fully powered. So let's go fight Zelda. this cool little cutscene here. Kind of looks like the Twilight Princess Zelda to a degree, a little bit more cartoony, but not much. So, Princess of Hyrule Zelda boss fight. So we're going to kick her butt, and that's going to conclude this episode when she's like dead. I'm just going to prompt things by quickly sending her flying around in my rainbow cloud. Never thought I'd say those words. And now let's just blast off some of my magic meters. I just want to get this over with and beat her quickly as possible. And we're already kicking her butt. She's running a little bit. So I really absolutely love Sheik's final like magic meter ability. Especially she also has one where she like plays the sounds like Soria's song and like kind of like woods form around the enemy that you're fighting and attacks them. I like that a lot. So Zelda uses her rapier, and I hope I said that right, otherwise that sounds creepy. Rapier? I'm not really sure. Either way, Zelda's a rapier. And we need to just kick her butt a little bit. She's about halfway done. I'm just going to drop a couple of rocks on her. Daruni is a little punk, and he just ran away from battle. Not King Dodongo. Where's King Dodongo? What are you talking about? I don't even care. We're going to ignore that. We're going to just fight Zelda here. And this will do a lot of damage when we can deplete her meter to full extent. So, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap things up because the rest of this episode is just me chipping away at her. So stay tuned. The next episode, we're going to depart down another one of the timeline splits. I believe it is the Twilight Princess themed stages. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. And will leave me some comments, feedbacks, likes, and shares. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not, so you can get all the Let's Play Hyrule Warriors sent straight to your email inbox. You will not want to miss the next exciting episode. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed me kicking Zelda.